Listen, balanced vibration for all of those that are here with us today. This is the Secret Energy Worldwide Meditation, and we're going in. We're here for that activation as always, and we know that this is a situation that is taking place that we've been trained for. Making a few final adjustments to the stream. We have a large group with us as Tribe continuously shows up in full effect for what we do, holding space for the rest of the world, especially in these times, because these times are the challenge for the entire world. And we should be grateful. So I said before, you have to be able to get to a point of applying all this stuff. Maybe we can start to revisit some of the old recordings, so we can lay out this in detail, or maybe we don't have any time anymore for that. It's very important for us all to see that the beauty of being in these bodies and being in this form of consciousness is it's always going to be exciting. If you could imagine that, since we're infinite beings, and that means there's no such thing as death, one of the most difficult things to create was this idea called death. And just you can imagine the embodiment of what death is, and trying to bring in all of the characters related to death. This must have been a real chore for our teachers and our masters and our ancestors to cook up. But in all of that, there was a reason, and that purpose and reason was to give us a yin to the yang. We were originally unmovable beings, like really not moving, no vibration, no wave. So there's no name. You have no tone, no evocation, none of that. And we explain how the mamos had explained the process and the purpose of us coming into existence. In those spaces where you're unmovable, you feel absolutely alone because there is nothing also moving in the space, right? So this means that the consciousness desired to love. Love is a self-love for sure, because you need to know how to do it to yourself to do it to others. But in many respects, if there's nothing around, love doesn't begin. And the greatest things that you have seen in this existence, which is your preference, like when you see nice things, if you may, lovely things, if you may, that's your preference. So here you're learning your preference. You're learning how you want to create your world and what you want your world to consist of and what you don't want it to consist of. And most importantly, why? Why would you not want your world to consist of that? So you need this explanation. You need the other's experience here in this matrix, this womb, this matrix. You need to see others' experiences with certain things. You're like, oh, I like that color. Not everybody likes the same color. I like this, and this is why. First, you will get like a simulation feeding all of the variants to you. This is the world, everything under the sun. And then you will have the opportunity to choose. That's what this is all about. This is the year that you get a chance to choose either this everlasting joy or the eternal torment. And these are not biblical scriptures. Today, I'm actually going to get into around 9 o'clock who Jesus really is, what the Martians and the Elon and all of them really been up to, and how that's their story. That's not your story. You don't have to inherit their story. You have already, as a new tree, your book of your life is clean and you are writing on it now, and you have an infinite amount of pages. You've also been trained very well on how to bring your awareness into the space. And the reason why I say that is because somebody say, well, I don't know when I got that training. That's what I'm here for. You dream, don't you? You breathe, don't you? So did you get training for that? think I mentioned this yesterday. It's like, did somebody hit you with a book the moment you came out about how to breathe? Like, look, here's the instructions on how to breathe. Read these fast, because if you don't hear, hurry. Oh, wait, you can't read, child. Oh, that's not in the divine template. The divine template is that everything that you already need, you already have. Facts. Now they want to make that mystical, like it's still trying to get unlocked. You need to unlock it. It's behind these treasures and dungeons and labyrinths inside of the mind. There's a dragon and a minotaur. All right, okay, stop. You can have time for the game and to play in your mind until things get serious. Sothis, soap debt, basically the weight. This is the star Sirius, which is bright in the constellation, like an alarm clock. If you notice, even Osiris, Horus, Isis, those words are all Sirius, meaning that those are all cognates of the word Sirius. Literally, linguistically, it's still in English. There's a continuous reference to, once again, that the family structure is the key to all esoteric knowledge. It exhibits itself in the stars. It exhibits itself in the eternal space. What you experience in your own family and what you're able to say, yeah, I have the experience. Didn't we all have a family? If you didn't have something like a family, you wouldn't be here right now. Now, of course, the families are dramatic. Not everybody has had this great story. In fact, as I said, every time I talk to someone and I start hearing their life story personally, like a lens in on them, even if they were born with money, oh, nothing but trials and tribulations and all sorts of atrocities and things happening. It's easy for us to say others are having it better than us until we lens in on their life and see their life and say, man, no matter where we are, we're all going through the same thing. So that's a common interest. That is the common interest. That is the thread that unites us all, is that we're here in this earth experience. And by all means, this earth experience is ready to teach us how to activate with each other, how to be with each other. Like they're talking about, again, like this whole thing with being removed from the job and if a person right now was able to gain the power over their mind right now in this window, may have like a 3-month window, 4-month window. If you can gain power over your mind, you would be able to tap into everything you want. It's all available. You think that this may be closing up, like, oh my goodness, there's no more opportunity. The money is going away. They're gonna my job. Blah, 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 blah. If every single day, remember that anybody trained to deal with these kind of situations, the moment we identify the danger, it's no reason in taking up time and space to actually even talk and mention about the danger. It's only time to prepare to allow that not to be a danger or to subside what it would create in our space. And every time in battle, anytime there's a challenge, the one who moves the fastest is the one that always is in benefit. The one that always is where they catch that energy, that fresh energy first, that allows them to make the greatest changes and to cause the greatest changes in their lives. That's like being what they call the first adopter, the first one who reacts. This is exactly what I'm going to do. There are some that are sitting there right now wondering, I hope the world comes back together and all of these different things, wasting vital time. And again, we gave the instructions. If you have something financial out there, they're going to give you some money. Get the money. The digital systems are coming in. If you want to get an idea of what things are going to look like here in a short moment, just go to the Facebook Libra site and see who's all aligned. Even if you have Andreessen Horowitz there, that means you have a lot of the avenues that are transacting right now in the matrix. But of course, your yin with your yang means you have to actually have a firm grip on that, which is, that's just logical information. You have it, you store it, you use it, it's done. Then you also have to have, though, that eternal threshold opened up in your ability to be able to get through it by tuning into your heart, making what your heart and your mind have going on to benefit one another. This is ground, obviously, meaning you're not sticking your head in the sand, ignoring the obvious of what's going on around you, knowing that you have a family. Everybody's got a family. I've adopted a family if I didn't have one. I got a tribe now. This is not, so there's always someone who will need assistance. So this is not one of those, it's time to take a break, right? It's time to be the best that you can be. And remember, right now, and we talked about this in ambassador training, that it's important for you to realize that it's 2020 that we're talking about as a time span of how you need to be on it. Meaning that don't think that for the next 5 years, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to go into work and I'm already tired. A lot of people are already tired. What you're seeing right now when everybody is not working, that is the Sabbath. That is their 7th day that they're resting. Everybody rest. Okay, go look at bnhphotography.com on Saturday. This is one of the most biggest, this is the biggest outlet of electronics and many other things. Camera equipment, film equipment. They're the ones that supply all of that. And of course, they're Jews, because on Saturday or Friday from the Sabbath begins, and the Saturday, they shut the entire site down. You can't even put anything in the cart. So again, if as we'll talk about today in the podcast, and we're going to go ahead and get into the meditation because we always come in around the 7:45 hour or the 45 hour or 5 minute. It's important again to realize that off work means Sabbath on the metaphysical level. And what that is a time that you can consecrate yourself. Some call that reinventing themselves. Some call that now setting those pillars and really standing for who they truly are and knowing what that is. Because now you're seeing yourself. Like all this last 2 weeks, you've seen real you, not Instagram you with the filters. You've seen, there's a lot of stuff that, don't even matter anymore. Like your makeup in the morning and all that when you're heading to the store. Let me get all good because I'm headed to. These are right. So that's the real you. So we want to definitely, and if that's your story, now I'm saying I'm not projecting on you. I'm just saying that, this is the status this is the worldwide situation we're dealing with. So we have to speak generally. We can't even speak right now just directly to adepts, even though they have something to get to. And it's just saying that take this into the proper perspective of what it's really doing for you. Grab a hold of these esoteric mysteries now, because it's going to mean something different to you. Even those now that are on the lower ends, they're watching those Rothschild Illuminati videos right now, and it's meaning a lot more to them right now. They're like, oh shit, I thought this was a conspiracy. So what does that mean though? What can you do with that? And that's why I was saying the first adopter, the one who takes the energy and uses it as a power, is the one that always is in benefit. You win, meaning it gives you the current inside of your cells to take things to the next level. See it as nothing other than that. And if you're wrestling your mind down, that's what these meditations are for. So we're going to take this 30 minutes. If during this time you feel like, wow, this is a long time, I got something else to do. Still remember, this is 30 minutes. We should sit in for 6 hours. Vipassana is like a whole day. But this is 30 minutes, but it's so powerful because we're quantifying. It's all of us here, all of this geometry. So we're quantifying the dial-in of the activation. So here we go again, because I'll get into episode 12 over here if I keep going with this. The camera is on. We're showing force, we're showing strength and full geometry. Everyone knows the drill. We turn on our intonations. We take our breaths. We will have some guided meditations coming, but right now we're just opening up the space. We're getting ourselves used to this. Even I'm getting used to this. So this is the moment that we open up the 30 minutes. We just breathe. There's no extra instructions here. You don't have to hold it on the 3rd and pick it up on the 5th and plug the nose on the side. We'll get to that. But right now, to synchronize the tribe, we want to get us all to the level of being able to tune in with ourselves and to take our breaths and to get used to this. So here we go. Wholeness Tribe, as we're centering ourselves back into the space. Wow, what a powerful build, what a powerful meditation just to participate in with this tribe, and to have the honor to be here and to even do this is incredible. And we're going to keep it going. I definitely wanted to send wholeness to my sister Rakia over there for holding the space with her daughter, because uh, once once she found out that the meditation was happening, I kind of towards the end when I was opening my eyes, but it just brings so much joy. It reminded me of when I was a child and I would get a chance to do something and not really get the full brunt of the load from the parents. So I wanted to also let everyone know we're going to be right forward here in less than an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off this, switch up the stations, make sure everything is working properly. We're going to begin Secret Energy podcast episode 12. And if you do have any queries, if there's something that you still need to address, like I said, maybe something someone said, we're definitely here to demystify everything, especially since it's episode 12. We want to go into key makers. Maybe I finish on the 13th. Maybe I make that the hidden number. I don't know. I think I can make every number auspicious, is what I'm saying. So, but I would like to for sure get in with everyone, get some clarity out there. I know some people are only tuning in to the podcast, so it'd be great to share with that aspect of the tribe. And as we go forward, as we're building this energy, it's even tough even talking when you come out of this space. If you feel like you want to continue in it, obviously you're more than welcome because you're inside of yourself. But also, more importantly, take it with you through the day. If you have to go about to what you're doing and you have to interact with others, you need to go over and see someone. Maybe you had a little anxiety at first about just your encounter with them. You eased all of that away already, and know that we're here with you, know that we're on point, and know that we have the power and the ability and the intelligence, the technologies. I'm just glad again that we started early, and then also that we really have something for this time, because I couldn't even imagine trying to prepare something right now for all of this, because things take time. You want to build a house, you need to start now. So we started 10 years ago building this house, setting these foundation, building these floors, and we created a mansion, and now it's for all of us to inhabit our space. We only have, in this case, a framework or a skeleton. It is the people who give it life. So as we keep going forward, as we keep building, as we finalize what we're developing, I look forward to seeing you in every aspect of growth as we keep closing the gaps between how others are able to connect with themselves and how we can assist them in doing that. So Wholeness and Balance Vibrations Tribe, if you want to open your line and tell the world wholeness, that would be amazing. They love to hear from you.
Wholeness. All right, Brother Curtis, I know you were trying to say something.
Yeah, we can watch this on Secret Energy TV, so we can that. Watch the stream. I don't know.
Absolutely, wholeness.
Well, later.